Hey, so I'm Patty, and today we're gonna make freezer strawberry jam. I know you're excited as I am. So this is my first time making jam, so we're gonna be making it together. And at the end, I'm gonna put the recipe on and we're gonna follow it together. But you know what the cool part of a recipe is? You have to practice reading and you have to practice following directions. And did you know that there's math in a recipe? Because I've got to figure out things like 4 cups and a quarter cup, and I have to measure. And it's kind of cool because there's also science, because when I mix the things, it makes something yummy, and all of it mixed together. We're going to use something today called Certo. When you mix this, this is what makes the jam thick and makes it look like jam. Pretty interesting, huh? Okay, so here's what we need to get our first part of our recipe started. All right, so we need strawberries. And do you know what was on the top of my strawberries here? Can you think in your mind what a strawberry looked like? Yeah, it was a little green part. We don't want that in our jam. That's not going to taste very good. So, with help from the big person in your house, you're going to take off the green part. You're going to cut it off. And then we want to make sure that our jam's really tasty and doesn't have any dirt in it. So we have to wash our berries really well. And then after we wash our berries, we're ready to go. Now, we need in our recipe, we need 1 cup measuring cup. We need a quarter cup measuring cup. We need a teaspoon. We need a spoon to stir. We need a package of liquid Certo. We need some lemon juice. We need scissors to cut open our Certo package. And we need sugar. We need a big bowl so we don't make a mess. We have lots of room. And we need, does anyone know what this is? You might have one in your house and you might have 8 potatoes with it. It's a masher, so lots of people will make mashed potatoes with this. This is gonna smash our berries up really, really good. So the first part in our recipe I've already done. I've cleaned and cut our strawberries. The second part is we have to smash up. We need 4 cups of these berries. So you can be able to do this. You might need a little bit of help to push, but just do a couple berries at a time. You're gonna take your masher and you're gonna push. And look at that. It made the berries all small. And you're gonna keep mashing till they're all in little bits so that we have them all very small. Okay, now it's gonna take a long time to smash all these berries. So I've already smashed almost 4 cups. And then what you do is you put it in your measuring cup. Make sure you have 4 cups and you pour it in. Okay, now if I look at my recipe, the next thing I have to do is I have to put in some lemon juice. So lemon juice, you can use a real lemon and squeeze it, or lots of people just buy it in this little lemon container, and it's a squeeze. I'm just gonna squeeze my spoonful and then pour it in my bowl. All right, now the next thing my recipe says to do is to put 1 pouch of liquid Certo. So you have to use the scissors for this, so you might need some help and you have to be very careful. And on my package it even tells me where to cut. I'm gonna cut open my Certo, and then I'm going to squeeze it in. Do you see that? It looks pretty ooey gooey. This is the science part. This is what's going to make the jam all nice and thick, so it looks like jam. And I'm going to squeeze it out just like that. All right, what does the next part say? I need a quarter cup of sugar. So here's my sugar. Here's my quarter cup. I'm going to put it in, and then I'm going to give it a shake so that it's all the way to the top, just like that, and then I'm gonna pour it in my big bowl. All right, then it says I have to stir it and let it sit for 30 minutes. Now 30 minutes is half an hour of time, so the easiest way to do this for you is you can put on a timer on a telephone or a clock, and then it says every maybe 5 or 10 minutes you're going to give it a stir. So I'm going to stir it like this. It's going to sit for 30 minutes, and then we're going to come back and see what it looks like. Okay, so now our recipe's getting pretty exciting, so we're getting really close to putting it in our jars and having real jam. So the next step of our recipe is really important. It's the sugar. And the sugar is really important to our recipe because it's going to help preserve our jam and keep it so that it stays jam, it tastes yummy, and we don't get sick. So we need 3 1/4 cups of sugar. Now I have a 1/2 cup here, so I need to do 6 of these and 1 1/4. So you want to help me count? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we have to just do 1/4. 1 of these. 1. And now my recipe says that we have to stir for 3 minutes. So it kind of looks like this. And now I'm going to show you a close-up in a minute after I have all the sugar stirred up here. We have to keep stirring for 3 minutes. So what I'll do is I will stir. I'm going to put a close-up. See how it's looking now? And then I will come back and I'll show you how to jar. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. Now let's take a look. Do you see? Look at this. Now if I stir it, do you see it's thickening up and it's all looks thicker and more like a jelly? That's what the stirring is. Now, looking at this, these are the jars, right? So we have these jars and our lids. And all you need to do is put them in a pot, and we want to make sure they're very clean and sterilized. So you just put them in a pot, you have them boil, you turn them down to medium to low, and you just let them simmer for a few minutes until you're ready to use them. Now this is where you're going to need some big people help because it's very hot and you have to use tongs. So when we get to that part I will show you, and this is the part that's going to be for the big people that you. Alright, so now the fun part, we're going to put our jam in our jars. Now these are very, very hot because remember I showed you when they were being sanitized and cleaned. So tongs are the utensil that we use. I'm going to have big people help you because burns hurt and we have to be very, very careful. So we have our 2 lids and we have our jars. So the easiest way is to use a measuring cup. Okay. And then I'm going to pour it, and the instructions say about 1/4 inch from the top. So it's not going to go all the way to the top. I'm going to leave a little bit of room, and I'm going to put the second one in. Alright, oh, I almost lost that one, didn't we? We have to be very careful. Now, these are hot, so remember I don't want you touching these. Now, the really important step we don't want to miss is before we put the lids on, we're going to clean them because it needs to be very, very clean, okay? And we're going to clean the rims because we don't want any germs, we don't want to get sick, so this has to be very, very clean. So we're going to put this on, then we're going to take this, right? We're going to screw this on here like this, nice and tight. Look at that, jam. All right, I hope you enjoyed learning how to make jam. Thanks for joining us.